Thank you very much. I want to thank the AVCA and Jostens and those who nominated me for this award. I want to congratulate Ruth Nelson and Sandy Vaughn on their induction. It's extremely humbling being up here in front of all of you, many of whom have competed on a much bigger stage than I could ever imagine. Those of you that have won national championships, congratulations, Chris, our D2 winner this year, who's been at this quite a long time, as long as I have. And those that have won regional titles. I'm humbled to be named to this Hall of Fame that includes 60 of volleyball's greats, including my mentors and friends in Division II, Peggy Martin, who's here, Lois Webb, and Debbie Chin. I am so fortunate to have met so many people through volleyball. The sport is great. People that are involved in this sport are great. Those people that I have played with, played against even, Randy, and those people I've coached with, my many assistants, some of whom are here, I've enjoyed those relationships so much. Through work on the AVCA committees and NCA committees, I've met so many people throughout the country. Through working camps, as well as running my own camp, we got to bring in over 50 counselors and coaches each summer and just talk volleyball nonstop. And of course, attending the AVCA convention, I think I've made it to well over 25 conventions and used to stay up very late, not anymore. I am fortunate that Bentley hired me just out of college. They were starting a volleyball program. Bentley's a small school outside of Boston, but has since boomed into one of the biggest internationally known business universities in the world. And Bentley is probably one of the most selective Division II schools in the NCAA. So needless to say, it's always been a challenge to recruit to this school. We needed to find bright young women that aspired to be business professionals and recruit them without scholarships. But I wouldn't trade my experiences for any other, for I was rewarded so much by seeing over 120 players go on to be great businesswomen, own their own businesses, and raise beautiful families. I am really grateful for friends and family who can be here at my table. Jill Hershinger from New Hampshire, Fran Vandermeer from Smith, Chris Herman from Williams, Peggy Martin, my Hall of Fame buddy now, and Jennifer Bates-Weiss is here, and she was my first recruit actually to Bentley and is now the head coach at Harvard, Ivy Coach of the Year. And my former assistant, Anne-Marie Larice, and she went on to coach at Dartmouth. So I'm glad they're here. Also, Robin's over here, Robin Salters from New Haven, and my many colleagues out there on that back table from the New England area. Shout out to you guys. My brother and sister-in-law, Paul and Pat, are here. They're big Nebraska Huskers fans, so they'll be hosting all of you at their house next year with the Final Four. And my mother, Barbara Hoffman, is here, and she actually was my volleyball coach in high school, and she was also our camp store coordinator. Very strict. You couldn't even get a popsicle out of her late at night. And of course, Mary Lincoln, my rock, somebody who I'd be lost without. She knows a little bit about volleyball, but she knows so much about life and about people and has taught me so much. I am grateful to be here because 3 seasons ago, I really felt awful. My body was changing. It was becoming gross. I could hardly even work out. My emotions were all over the place after a big win or a bad loss. Usually I'd be up there in front of my team speaking my mind, but I was going home and just crying for no reason whatsoever. And I went to so many doctors for so many months, and finally they found a tumor the size of a volleyball, we call it the volleyball, in my abdomen. And so right after that season, I went through surgeries and since been going through chemotherapy. I was diagnosed with stage 4 adrenal cortical carcinoma. Nobody's ever heard of it. It's one of the most rarest cancers in the world. So I struggled through last season, coaching a great team, had great help doing that, and then by last spring and this early summer, I was feeling really good, as a matter of fact, the best I had felt since diagnosis. So of course, I was really looking forward to coaching my team this year, but in the middle of the summer, my world really crashed when they told me that the treatments weren't working, cancer's spreading all over your body, and you have about 3 to 4 months to live. So now I'm thinking 3 to 4 months is right during the Northeast 10 Championships and right during our NCAA regionals. And of course, I didn't want to be a distraction to the team, and I had a great assistant who went on to be our head coach, and the team went on to do very well, and I was thrilled that I actually could watch them. I think the time off from volleyball, the prayers from many of you, and a new clinical trial, the newest wave in cancer treatment is immunotherapy, has kept me going, and for me to say I'm grateful to be here to accept this award is pretty much an understatement, but I appreciate it so much. Thank you very much.